will get turned in. So go ahead and put your name on there. We are refreshing inequality symbols. Remember, less than can be turned into an L. So it could be straightened up to be an L. Less than or equal to is that same thing, but with half an equal sign below it. Well, greater than is, of course, the other direction than less than. And greater than or equal to is greater than with half of the equal sign below it. Okay? Hopefully we've got that down. That was part of the very first day's notes, I do believe. When we are graphing inequalities, remember that we use an open circle for less than or greater than symbols. And we use a closed circle for less than or equal to and greater than or equal to. Remember, because it could also be the number that it's on. That actually cleared up a lot. Because you didn't take those notes? No, I did. I just right without. Sorry, it looks like I dosed as a circle. It should be closed. All right. So B is greater than 3. So if we just start this at 0, we can label 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's our number line. So open circle or closed circle at 3? Open circle at 3. Notice our arrow, if I drew this bigger, this greater than sign bigger, our arrow would be going to the right. So that is where our arrow is going. Would you agree that 4, 5, and 6 are greater than 3? Yes. Here, let's start with -9, -8, -7, -6, -5, -4, -3. If it's less than or equal to -6, do we have an open or closed circle? Closed circle at -6. Some of you in one of the pixel arts, not the one from yesterday, the one from Friday, forgot to fill out the whole column of these numbers. So be sure you go back and do that. This is a less than or equal to symbol, right? If we make that into an arrow, it's pointing to the left. So all of those numbers are less than -6. If we think of our number line, we're thinking of right and left, right? All right, so X is greater than or equal to -1. So let's start at -4, -3, -2, -1, 0, 1, 2. Open or closed circle at -1. Closed, because it could be equal to -1, right? And again, everything to the right is greater than that. Now this one's a little bit tricky because we don't have our variable first. But if we rewrite this, we still want our monster to be eating the same thing. In this case, it's eating the R. Would you agree? Yeah. And then we can flip it this way and rewrite it. When we rewrite it with our variable first, it helps us know which direction the arrow is in. You can also think it through, of course, but I like this shortcut. So here I would start with -18, -17, -16, -15, -14, -13, -12. It's a lot of big numbers in a little space. Thank you. So it could be opened or closed at -15. Closed because it could be equal to it. And our arrow is going to the, you see where our arrow is pointing? No. Right. Our arrow's pointing this way, right? So if I rewrote my sign, right, my greater than sign, and turned it into an arrow, it's pointing to the right. That's wrong, I believe, since the arrow on the equation itself pointing to the left. Unless I'm just very stupid. Did you see how we rewrote the problem? I don't think. Did you miss that step? So the reason why we did this step is because that trick only works if our variable is first, okay? Oh. So we have to rewrite it so our variable is first. Negative 15 is less than or equal to r, right? If it's going in this direction. But I think it's easier to rewrite it with our variable first, because otherwise you actually have to like use that brain power. Sometimes things aren't all firing well, right? All right, so we're gonna do the same thing with this one, Zane. We're gonna list C first, and we're gonna list 10 after, but we want this to still be eating the same thing. So it's still gonna be eating the 10. Okay, so 10 is greater than C is the same as C is less than 10. Does that make sense? All right, good. So we're going to start with 7 here and count up. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. All right. Opened or closed at 10? Open because it is less than, and it's very clear where this is pointing, right? To the left. To the left, to the left. This one is written nicely for us already. Let's start counting at 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I always just try and put whatever this number is in the middle, but it's not going to be perfect. It's okay if it's not exactly in the middle. Opened or closed at 8? Open. And this is also going to the left.
Is this what the test is gonna be like?
Mm-hmm.
I might actually pass the test this year.
All right, so a number is less than 14. We can just use x if you want for that number, or you could use n. X is less than 14. That directly translates, right? You can do that. And then maybe we start at 11 here. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Opened or closed at 14? Open. And which direction are we pointing? The left. A number is at least 6. So we know we have a number and 6. If it's at least 6, can it be 5? No. No. If I said you have to be at least 10 years old to go to this school, can you be 9?
No.
No.
I'm sorry, my brain's not working.
So at least means that's the minimum, right? So that means it's got to be greater than 6, or could it be also equal to? Yes. So a number is at least 6, meaning it is either greater than or equal to 6. So if we start at like 3, I don't know, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Opened or closed at 6? Close. Very good. Because it could be 6. You could be 6, or you could be greater than 6, which would be in this direction. To the right? Yes.
My arrow looks special.
Sometimes it looks kind of wonky. All right. A number is no more than -3. So this is like a speed limit. You have to drive that or under, which is less. You got it. It is the opposite. So we have a number and we have -3. So if it's no more, it has to be less than. Could it be equal to?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Trying to leave it.
No more than -3. So -3 is the most it can be, otherwise it's less than. Good job, guys. Doing well. Let's start at -6, -5, -4, -3, -2, -1. That's fine. All right, open or close at -3. Close, well done. And to the left. A number, this is like the same as the last one. A number is at most -1. So the most it could be, so it could be equal to -1, or it is less than. I don't know why they did kind of the same one, but they did. So let's start at -4, -3, -2, -1, 0, 1, 2. Opened or closed? Closed, and to the left. Well done. Ooh. State whether the number is a solution to the given inequality. So does this, is -16 greater than -9? No, I would agree. Is 12 greater than or equal to 12? Yes. You guys are so good. Is -2 less than -2.5?
No.
Think about your number line. -2.5 would be to the left of -2. So we would say no. Because the more negative it is, the less it is, right? Is 4.2 less than 4.2? No. If it had said less than or equal to, we could have said yes, right? Oh no, they're giving you fractions. Is 5/6 less than or equal to 7/8? I don't know. In order to do this, I have to make them into common fractions, common denominators, so that we're comparing apples to apples. So if I changed this to 24, I'm multiplying the 6 by 4. So 5 times 4 is 20. If I change this to 24, I'm multiplying the 8 by 3. So 7 times 3 is 21. And then we do see that 20 is less than 21, right? So that works. We can say yes. All that work to say yes. We kind of need to do the same thing here. I'm going to write 13/4 right here, and then I'm going to change this other one into an improper fraction, your favorite thing. Remember, denominator times the whole number, so 3 times 2, 6. 6 plus 2 is 8, so I have 8/3 being compared to 13/4. What's the least common multiple of 4 and 3? Probably 12. So if I'm multiplying this side by 3, I have 39/12. If I'm multiplying this side by 4, I have 32/12. So is 39 greater than or equal to 32?
No.
It's not? 39 is not
Yeah.
greater than 32? Yes, yes it is. So we can say yes here. Those are a little trickier. All right, to solve inequalities, you follow the same steps as solving equations. Stop. What is it telling us to stop? If you, oh, this is the tricky part. or throwing in a snag. If you multiply or divide, did we throw in this snag before in your notes? I think we may have, but I don't remember. If we multiply or divide by a negative number, you must flip the inequality symbol. So notice it doesn't say when you add or subtract a negative number, but if you multiply or divide by a negative, we have to flip the symbol. That's a tricky one. How am I going to solve for P here?
What's this?
How do I get P by itself? Add what? Yes, I'm going to take the opposite of the constant from both sides. Showing all my work, of course. P is, we're going to copy down that symbol. Negative 11 plus 2 is negative 9. So maybe we'll start at like negative 12.
P is less than
And we've been practicing this. Open or closed at negative 9. Close to the left or to the right. Very good. Oh man, how do I get K by itself? No. Yes. So since it's being divided by 7, we have to multiply both sides by 7 because we want it to be 1K. If we multiplied it by 2, we'd have 2/7 K, and that won't get us any closer. So K is less than 14. So maybe we start at 11. I feel like that's the most time consuming, labeling these silly graphs. Open or closed at 14? Open, left or the right? To the left, to the left. Very good. All right. What is happening here?
Wait,
How do I get rid of the negative 20, right?
trying to figure out what K is.
Yeah. We're trying to get the letter by themselves. One step inequalities. That's what we did yesterday as well. I would. Indeed, I would, because negative 20 plus 20 is 0, which makes it go hasta la bye-bye from the right. Leaving A by itself. So negative 35 plus 20 is negative 15. Bring down your symbol. All right, now remember what we have to do in order to graph this most accurately. We want to rewrite it. So we still want our monster to eat the A as it is originally, right? And then I'm going to write negative 15. So maybe we start with negative 18. Opened or closed at negative 15? Close. Well done. To the right or to the left? Careful. Look at the A. We want the variable term first, so it's pointing which direction? Yes. All right, here is the kicker. How do I get E by itself? Divide by what? Negative 5. I seem to remember something about dividing by a negative. If we divide by a negative number, we have to flip the symbol. So here we have E, but our symbol has to flip. So negative 25 divided by negative 5 is positive, right? Negative divided by negative is positive. So now we can draw this. Maybe we just start at like 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Opened or closed at 5. Open to the right or to the left. So if you were to test this, you could take like the number 6 and put it back in here. If I put a 6 in here, negative 5 times 6 is negative 30. Negative 30 is less than negative 25. So that's why it's very important for you to flip anytime we multiply or divide by a negative, okay? We're gonna have to do the same thing here. What are we dividing the variable term by? The coefficient, -20. So on the left, I have -7. But since I divided by a negative, I have to flip my symbol. Let's go ahead and star these ones that we flipped because they are pretty special, right? And we'll kind of star this stop up here too, so we know when we're going back to our notes and we're like, how did we do that? What is she talking about? Like, oh. Now again, we want to write it so we have a J and then a -7. So this monster is eating the -7, so I would draw it like this. Maybe we'll start at like -10. Open or closed at -7. Well done. To the left or to the right? Left. All right, so again, if we picked something that falls here like -8, -8 times -20 is +160, which is greater than 140. So always go back and double check. It won't hurt anything. Yeah.
I thought you flipped it when you divide.
I did flip it. See? I flipped it. But then to write my variable first, I had to flip it again. All right. What do I do here for 22? Multiply both sides by 12. So C is less than 24. Notice I'm not flipping here because I'm not multiplying by a negative number. So maybe we'll start at like 21. I just kind of subtract 3 to figure out where I'm starting, just to give you a hint of what I'm doing and why I can do it so quickly. All right, so opened or closed at 24. Open and to the left. Very good. All right, remember to find 1. I multiply by the reciprocal. Well, so what is the reciprocal of 4/5? 5/4. So if I do that to the left, I have to do that to the right. The reason I do that is because when I multiply by the reciprocal, I get 1. So 1r is less than or equal to, remember, what's on the bottom is what we divide by. So 8 divided by 4 is 2. 2 times 5 is 10. Negative times a positive is -10. So -13 is where I would think to start. Opened or closed at -10. Closed. Well done. We got that part down pat for sure. To the left or to the right? Good. Make sure you're thinking about your symbol. You need to draw it off to the side and make an arrow from it, right? All right. Here's another star problem. Because in order to undo dividing by -3, I have to multiply by -3. So this gives me S, but since I am multiplying by a negative number, I have to flip my sign. And 4 times -3 is -12. So I'm going to start at -15. Opened or closed at -12. Open to the right or to the left. Well done. All right, so you have pages 3 and 4. Use those notes to complete them. Thank you. Yep, if you've got 6-1 through, is it 6-3 that we did? Hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. Thank you. Your inequality checklist, no potty parties, you'll have to wait. 2's a pair, 3's a party. Somebody turned in their checklist with no name on it. Faith, is that you? Well, I don't have.
What pages do we have?
Where exactly did you put yours then, my dear?
Mine?
Yeah. Maybe it got buried.
When they got put right on top.
Was it yours?
Yeah. They get X and X and so they can office for Tylenol.
Just go. I don't know, my dear.
And it's like, dying.
We got Jocelyn's, and this. Unless you didn't put your name on it and Jocelyn put her name on yours.
How come I?
You wanna look around for it? So, what do you want to
Because I know it's oil. Maybe you didn't remember that. I didn't get it on the back stuff on the front. Yeah, put like that.
Don't you don't have it?
I know.
You turned it in yesterday?
Yeah.
Yesterday?
Yeah, you told me to apply.
Then you don't have to worry about it. It's already in there. It turned it in yesterday. I thought you were asking like, I thought you turned it, that's what I was saying. I thought you turned it in today. All right, then don't even worry about it. It's already in the grade book. I probably have to give it back to you. Okay.